Welcome to a night of terror at the Willow Creek Inn. This inn, nestled deep in the woods, has a history shrouded in mystery and whispers of the supernatural. Many guests have come and gone, but not all have left unscathed. Ryder checked into room 6, seeking a much-needed break from her hectic life. She was drawn to the inn's rustic charm and the promise of solitude. The room with its vintage charm seemed perfect except for one thing: a large gilded mirror hanging ominously opposite the bed. It was an antique with an ornate frame that seemed to tell stories of its own. Its ornate frame and cloudy glass seemed oddly alive, but she brushed off the unease. She convinced herself it was just her imagination, a trick of the dim lighting and her tired mind. That night, Ryder was jolted awake by a faint whisper. It was so soft, she almost thought she had dreamt it. Her eyes darted to the mirror. The room was dark, but the mirror seemed to glow with an eerie light. At first she saw only her reflection, but then it smiled, a smile she hadn't made. Her heart raced as she tried to rationalize what she was seeing. "Hello, Ryder," it whispered, its voice soft yet menacing. She felt a chill run down her spine. Frozen in terror, Ryder watched as her reflection stepped forward within the glass, its eyes as black as ink. She couldn't move, couldn't scream. "This mirror shows what you hide," it hissed, its smile growing unnaturally wide. Panic surged through her. She felt exposed, vulnerable. She bolted for the door, but the reflection's laughter echoed around her. It was a sound that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere. The walls seemed to ripple, and its voice grew louder and more sinister. She felt the room closing in on her, the air growing thick. "You can't leave," it said. "You're mine now." The words echoed in her mind, filling her with dread. As Ryder screamed, the mirror consumed her, pulling her into its dark, haunting depths, leaving the room silent. The silence was deafening, a stark contrast to the chaos that had just unfolded. The next morning, the innkeeper found the room empty, except for the mirror. It stood there, as if nothing had happened, its surface smooth and unassuming. And now, Ryder's face stared out from the glass, her expression frozen in a silent plea. Her eyes seemed to follow the innkeeper, begging for help that would never come. So the next time you find yourself in a quaint little inn with a vintage charm, beware the mirrors. They hold more than just reflections, they might just be watching you, waiting for the right moment to reveal their secrets. Because once you're trapped, there's no escape. The mirror's curse is eternal, and its hunger for souls is never satisfied.